Sergeant Major retired Hollis, classmates. I'm Master Sergeant Hamby, and for the next 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to give you an unclassified informational brief on Stand 8, which is reference to Castleman's Line. First of all, let me orient you real quick. Directly behind you is the Hoover Hotel. Been standing open for 100 years now, and it's currently a private residence. Directly across the street here is what's left of the bank. And if you look back to your southwest, that's where the guard tent was, where the group of people is now. Directly south is Mexico. And then down the main street here of Missouri, on the right-hand side was Colonel Slocum's house. And down here to my right is the main part of the fight that happened here. As you can see, Pancho Villa and his men started off the southwest here. And what they did was they came down from the southwest, and their main objective to come into this town was to actually get with Sam Ravel, which was a Russian immigrant that made a deal with Pancho Villa for arms and ammunition. Well, Sam Ravel actually reneged on that deal, so when Pancho Villa and his men came into town, they actually came in to kill him. Fortunate for Sam Ravel, he wasn't home at the time. So his men came into town, they broke every window and almost every door in this town, and that's where Lieutenant Castleman and Sergeant Fody and the soldiers of F Troop came in. So what they did was, as Pancho Villa and his men came down the road here, their objective, the tactical importance of this was, they tried to get the main objective here, this main artery in town, which is right directly behind me. And what they did was, Lieutenant Castleman and Sergeant Fody and the soldiers actually leapfrogged for 500 yards here until they ended right here, right directly behind me. Now, as they come out, the U.S. soldiers were actually outnumbered 10-1. So Lieutenant Castleman and Sergeant Fody had to come up with a plan. Well, their plan was, as the Fiestas come out of this town here, they weren't really interested in the battle. They were actually looting the whole town. So as they come out of the stores with their hands full of merchandise, the men actually shot them. You know, one shot, one kill was the objective. So what they did was, they finally got them filtered down to this artery here, and this is where Lieutenant Castleman and Sergeant Fody made their final stand. Now, if they would have lost this, then this battle would have been lost. Now, at 4:50 in the morning, they were running low on ammunition. So Sergeant Fody, realizing this, sent Private Dombrowski down to the guard tent off to the right here to get more ammunition. Well, on his way down there, he ended up actually killing 3 Mexicans just to get the ammo. Upon his return, he gave back the ammunition to Sergeant Fody, and they passed it out along the men. Now, it's 5:15 in the morning, and it's just daybreak. So as soon as they had light to shoot, that's when the battle commenced again. And that's when Lieutenant Castleman and Sergeant Fody actually won this battle. Now, going back to my brief actually covers all 4 aspects of what we do as leaders. I have the Army values, the NCO creed, the soldier's creed, and the warrior ethos as well. The warrior ethos is, I will never accept defeat. This unit, the F Troop, the soldiers of F Troop, never accepted defeat in this battle. They knew they were outnumbered, but they still continued to fight and they actually won. The NCO creed was Sergeant Fody, realizing his men were low on ammunition, actually sent Private Dombrowski down there to get the ammo for him. And the NCO creed that pertained to that was, I'm aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer. I will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. Now, the soldier's creed, that pertains to all the soldiers of F Troop. And this one was, I stand ready to deploy, engage, and I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States in close combat. And I saved the Army values for last for a particular reason. There was only 1 U.S. casualty in this battle. And that soldier actually died about 250 yards from us right here in the middle of the street. He actually took a bullet in the head that actually killed him. And I would use that with the Army values of selfless service. And with that, that concludes my brief. Opinion, any questions?
Yes, one question. What was the name of the only U.S. casualty that occurred during this battle?
The question is, who was the only U.S. casualty that happened in this battle? The only U.S. casualty in this battle was a Private Thomas Butler. And like I said, stated earlier, he died about 250 yards from here. He actually took a bullet into the chest, and he fell on top of his weapon. But he did not die. He got up and he continued to fire his weapon. He actually took 3 more rounds while he's still firing, and took a 5th round in the head that actually killed him. And that's where I get the selfless service part. Any other question? Will be followed by Stand 9.